Yes. It's that time. It's that time again. Distorted Reality Podcast. We're Distorted Nation Radio beats Reality Check TV. With your hosts, C-Core from Distorted Nation Radio and Shellraiser from Reality Check TV. With your Kevlar-coated comments, it's time to distort your reality.
Wow, we did it. I feel so...
What did we do?
Bloated. Let's just start off that way. We're going to
Bloated.
talk about that in our health segment, you know?
I mean, I
Sometimes
just want to know what
after.
we did.
Well, you know, we showed up. We showed up for life, and we have all our stuff on the table.
We did our job.
We did. We did some prep work last week. I'm proud of ourselves.
Not like Xenials who call in sick every time.
Right. And we actually had a business meeting a couple days ago to talk about today. I don't know if today will be a shit show and it'll have any kind of momentum.
Well, we're still working on structure, but, you know, it's more like things we want to do within the show and everything.
And we've had some feedback from a couple of people that actually listen and watch and follow, and they said that they encourage structure.
Yes, but it doesn't necessarily going to mean that every show is going to be like, hey, 15 minutes into it, we got to hit this benchmark.
Right.
12 minutes, we got to hit this benchmark. No, it's just like if we have those segments this week, then we have the segments this week. If not, we're going to talk about whatever the fuck we want to talk about. Get over it.
Which brings me to this. Okay, so whoever gets the highest dice has to answer more questions today than the other. About,
What?
Yeah, so let's see.
Wait, so wouldn't you want? So you want the
I got
lower
5.
number? Ha! I got 2.
All right, so that means you answer more questions.
Wait, what? You said it was the other way.
I know, but I wanted it to go my way. So yeah. So no, I'll
Well, okay,
I'll
no,
ask
that's fine.
the
That's
questions.
fine. I'll answer any questions you have. I have
Okay.
nothing to hide.
Okay.
All right. Unless I have to plead the fifth, and I'll tell you I plead the fifth.
All right. Well, let's start off with just a couple minutes of sports because I want to open up my my beer. Will you open my beer for me?
No, because I'm not touching that 49er gunk.
Right, because you're a Dallas fan, and we don't.
Tomorrow,
so
the
go on with
Niners
that.
will be out of the playoffs. All right, that's my prediction.
They'll be out
Not
of it.
gonna
I thought
happen.
They're already in it. Ooh.
No, they're in it, but once they lose, they're out of it, Shell. That's how games go.
Oh.
Winner, loser.
It's called the playoffs, babe.
Okay,
Just saying.
they're in. Okay, it's the playoffs.
This is
okay.
a playoff game, yes. So
Wow, so
once
Dallas
the
could
Cowboys
go to-
lose, then I mean the Niners
he already
lose.
said it. Freudian slip. He already knows.
You got it right the first time,
Right.
Core.
Shut up. Just because you're from the
There we go.
gay area.
That's right.
Yeah.
I am 40 years living in San Francisco, born and raised. I am a 49er fan. I am a
Still in the closet.
Giants fan. And I am also a Golden State Warriors
Hey,
fan.
I am an Oakland A's fan. Does that get me some credit?
Well,
No.
No.
Well, it depends on. No, you shouldn't be an Oakland A's unless you were born on that. Well, actually, if you're East Bay, you can be.
You know what? You know all those stupid little rules on what team you can or cannot like because of where you live? You know what? Y'all can go fuck yourselves and you can like whatever goddamn team you like, all right?
It's true. It's true.
As long as you're not a bandwagoner. That's my only thing. Just like whoever you like. See, when I was a kid, I grew up with the Bulls, you know, obviously Michael Jordan era.
Right.
I am still a Bulls fan.
Right.
But see, here's the thing about the 49ers. The 49ers does have a lot of bandwagon fans, but if you think about reality, probably, 70 to 80% of the people that live in San Francisco are not from there.
Okay.
All right.
So
That's fair.
Either way, go Cowboys.
Okay, so
America's team.
that's our sports.
How
Oh, wait.
about
We were
them
going to look that up.
Cowboys.
Actually, we were going to actually do the research. Is it not only the New England Patriots that are the America's team, or is it the Cowboys? So that's something you can look up while we're going on. Tomorrow we're going to be going down to Hellraiser clothing, and we're going to have our annual barbecue.
What do you know? First thing you type in, who is America's football team as of 2022? Dallas Cowboys.
Okay, so you were right. So
Boom!
so the Patriots is just something else because they have a patriotic name. I'm not sure why we thought that. We just wanted you to be wrong, I think. So I'm proud that you are correct.
I'm just saying.
Hey, so let's go live in a couple minutes so we can advertise
Go
tomorrow's
live.
barbecue. You know, just a little bit of live.
Do
maybe
they
with our
want
phone.
people showing up? Who cares? The Hellraiser shop should. Everyone knows the address. So if you
That's
want to
true.
show up. Maybe buy something.
That'd
be
be-
a good customer or fan and buy something.
asking for
because
stuff for
money
free.
money spending's good.
And support local businesses, people.
Right. It's the beginning of the year.
There are some new designs out there. Take a look.
That's true.
I'm hoping my design someday that I made a Goonies design that'll get out there.
Oh, that's just you though. You're the only one that has that, huh?
No, this is not a Goonies shirt. I mean,
Oh.
this is not a Hellraiser shirt, but I made
Okay.
a design
Oh.
of the Goonies in Hellraiser fashion.
Okay.
And you know, one of my very favorite Hellraiser T-shirts
Was the Ninja Turtle one?
was the Ninja Turtle one. I still have one, but it's
Oh, I
like
like
trashed because I had it so long. And then the other
need to
one,
bring it back.
The other one that I like that I actually just found is the one that says the Hellraisers, and it's kind of
Like the
a
Warriors?
spoof from the movie The Warriors, which is one of my very favorite movies growing up.
I also have been working on a. If anyone likes the A team, it's the H team.
Okay.
You know, pity the fool.
That's a good one.
So you know, when we first started this a couple episodes ago, I wrote down a mission
I
statement.
think
so
it's been more than a couple.
It's less than 10. So until we're over 10, then it's a couple. And so I highlighted a mission statement. So I just want to read that. You have a right to freedom of speech, but you don't have a right to be offended. Okay. And so we just want to remind you of that. And I don't think we've been doing a good job about reminding you of the fact that, you know, you don't have a right for that. Okay. So just so you know. And we're going to be introducing some new different topics. And I'm going to set up with my job, we have something called a Survey Monkey. I don't know why they call it Survey Monkey, but it's going to be a process for you to write in or call in and tell us your opinion, more than just anonymously, if you'd like. You know, you don't have to put yourself on blast on Facebook. And we do have a couple people that have been commenting. And we're going to have, you know, we'll have some jingles in the future. But one of the things that one of our segments is going to be Molly's Mental Health. And it's Molly's Mental Health Mindness or Molly's Mental Mindness. It's something like that. Basically,
Still
what it
working
is,
on the title.
we're working
Title's in
on
the
the
works,
flow
okay?
of it. But basically, it's, you know, Alice jumps down this rabbit hole and Molly goes with her. And we're going to have everybody at the table. And yeah, you know, I mean, they identify as that, but they
Lots
actually
of
like men.
scissoring.
You know, and so there's going to be this table, and you have a place at our table, and you'll determine what your character will be, and it's going to be an interactive segment, and I just want you guys to be excited about that. And so if it's something that you want to join our table, you can come visit us, or you can do it virtually, or you can call us on the phone. But we're going to have these opportunities in the future. We are going to talk about a segment today about in this segment of my topic today is codependency, and this is going to be ongoing.
This is one of your main forefronts of
I have a big problem.
your therapy in itself.
Yeah, I'm going to do live therapy with you guys. I've been doing on one of my other little platforms, Talks with Shell, which is kind of a sister thing to this, is because during the week I'm trying to get better and I want to bring it back to you, the results here on Distorted Reality. And so I've been doing this 30-day challenge. And the main focus is that I need to be accountable. Because you know what? Usually about 1 week to 2 weeks, around 12, 13 days, I quit most things in life. I don't know why I do that. But because I was told that it takes 2 weeks to change a behavior. So I quickly quit before that behavior may or may not be changed.
And how close are you to being at that 2 week mark?
I've already passed it.
Oh, you've
I'm
already
at day
passed it.
21
Okay.
today.
So, let's give everyone a
Yeah.
give her a clap.
So I'm doing good with that. Now, I haven't necessarily walked every day, but I did something positive for myself. Probably about 19 of the 21 days I've walked. There was a couple days where I didn't, and but I've started off slow. And one of the things that I realized as I've started to get healthy, prior to that, you know, you guys know that I'm highly addicted to cannabis and I still miss it so much. And so I'm coming up on like 60 days. And I think maybe in the next 2
we
weeks,
need to get you a chip.
I'm gonna take a drug test and see if I actually pass the cannabis test, because I have like extra padding on me, and so it takes me usually about 90 days to clear a drug test. And I'd like for you to take one too, Cory, because I know you say you don't smoke marijuana, but what if you're lying?
I'll pee in anything you want.
Okay.
I promise you, it's gonna
It's a
come
little
back
stick.
nice and clean.
We'll take pregnancy
Negative for everything.
tests.
I'll take a pregnancy. True story.
Okay,
All right.
I wanna hear it.
We have taken a pregnancy test before, me and a couple buddies. So we had this friend back in our 19s. It was my first apartment, and we had this female friend, and she was freaking out, thinking she was pregnant, and she bought like 20-something freaking tests because she just wanted to. She took like 10 of those.
Okay,
Just to be sure. And so there was like a whole bunch of them left around, and we were drunk one day, and at the time, our cocktail preference was Sunny D and Captain Morgan. It tasted like a creamsicle, like an ice cream fudge, like the creamsicles.
I'd like to try that sometime.
And so we were really drunk, and we were all, dude, we should take a pregnancy test. I don't feel right. And so we all peed on it. And then, like, not the same one. We individually
I hope not.
Okay.
Because you could have had a different...
It came back negative, right? So, like, me and my buddy, for the longest time, no matter what happened in life for, like, the next 5 to 10 years that we were friends, anything that was major going on, we always looked at each other and goes, at least we're not pregnant.
Absolutely. That's funny. Hey, cameraman Kev or producer Kev, whatever you call yourself, I forgot to put a timer on. Where are we at with time? I'm going to do like 20 minutes just so we can keep track.
He has it. He's watching. He's good.
All right.
We are only at 12 minutes.
Perfect. I just put another 20 on the clock just because what we're going to do this next time is we're not going to stop at 30, but we want to stretch break. We might want to come back and like clear the air or like revisit something instead of, because sometimes we'll get rolling. And I think the longest we did on New Year's, I think we did 2 hours straight. I don't even think we stopped.
That's good. That shows that, we have enough to talk about, and there's stuff there.
There was a lot of stuff because we were recapping the year. Just before we get into my codependency stuff, how was your week? Like anything interesting happening? How's grandma? How's
she is
job?
sick, so that's why my phone is on the table.
Okay. Did she just call you?
She just called me.
Okay.
So she shouldn't call back, but I told her if she needs anything to call me. But she's doing better. She sounded and looked like death. At the beginning of the week.
She is in her 90s, right?
She's 89.
89. Oh, when's her birthday? We need to have a party.
It just happened.
Okay.
So,
then she needs to live another year for sure, so we can have a big shebang.
Yeah. So she was not doing well. So I brought her some Dayquil, NyQuil, cough drops, and like a few cans of soup.
Okay.
And Canada Dry ginger ale.
That's good for your tummy. That people like that.
It
settles you. And what about saltine crackers? Those are always good too.
She said she had crackers and juice, so I didn't bother. I wasn't going to push it.
Okay.
But I did drop it off, and I have been calling her nonstop.
Does she like blankies, and is she a robe person?
Yes.
I feel like I want to buy her a soft blanket from Sam's Club. They're only $20, and
we are not sponsored by Sam's Club.
No, we're not.
Nor Wally World.
No,
they're a main affiliate.
But I think it would make her happy. When are we going to be able to go up there? I know that I've been asking, but let's just make it happen.
Well, set a time, and we will when she's not sick.
Maybe next Sunday we can take her to church. I would love to go to her church and be like Jesus, and hallelujah. She has one of those churches. You raising hands, or you have to be like this because it's Protestant or something.
What?
I gotta wear a dress.
It's like a non-denomination. So
okay.
I mean,
I've walked in
there. No,
they don't give.
I have walked in there wearing Hellraiser underneath my sweatshirt.
Okay,
just I did have it covered up.
Okay,
but,
it was like Superman.
I always feel weird because it's like. I mean, I have 2 Goonie shirts, I have a Powerline T-shirt, and then I have Hellraiser shirts. That's it.
That's
my wardrobe.
Did you take your bandana off when you went with her?
Hell no.
So you went to church, you had to take your hat off?
I had a different hat. I had a plain hat.
Okay, you had a plain hat, but the bandana was there?
Yes.
I've only seen you like a couple times. I remember you had spent the night and you took your band, like you were like getting ready for bed, so you took it off, and I was just like, what's going on? I didn't even know you had hair.
Wow. Okay.
I didn't know if it was just like this hair piece back here, and you actually had hair. It was a trip. I was like, wow, you're not bald.
No. Hell no. I have plenty of hair on top.
All right. Well, that's good to know.
And I'm gonna trim up the beard. I'm tired of it. Like Santa's over with.
So what do you mean, like Backstreet Boy, trim it with a fade, or are you gonna brush it?
No, I'm gonna like trim it back down like how I used to have it.
Did you want to use my beard comb?
No.
It works.
I'm just gonna leave it like that.
Okay, because the curly hair. So the rest of your week, so you checked on Grandma, and
she's doing good.
And you had your truck fixed, right?
Oh yeah, my truck got fixed. Okay. I'm back to work. Things are going fine there.
Okay. You got some projects going on to like clean up your life a little bit, little storage issues and pack riding things.
I'm going
clearing
through it, setting up to finally actually go through some of my mom's stuff. Okay. Clean out some stuff.
We're going to talk about that when we get into more grief and stuff like that. There are people, it's hard opening up a box because, we just got all these recycled feelings and they're real, so we just kind of put it off. But maybe and Kevin can talk about this if he wants to, because next weekend he's finally burying his, the woman he called his mom. He was raised by his grandma, but that was his mother. And but we haven't been able to bury her for 3 years because of COVID, and so she's sitting on our fireplace. We all have a piece of her, but the main part of her is being scattered.
Hang on. Okay, time out. Let's pull this back for people who don't understand. So she was cremated.
Yes, we don't just have her finger.
You're doing a ceremony type remembrance thing. You're not necessarily burying her.
Nope, she's going to be scattered at sea because that's where one of her favorite husbands, Jack, because she was married a couple times, and he was the one that was buried
Captain
at
Jack
sea.
Sparrow.
We will be doing this from the Neptune Society's boat.
Okay.
Yep. Next Saturday at 11 o'clock.
And you guys are going out far enough to where no one will harass you or nothing.
Well, it's Neptune. It's their deal. So yeah, I hope so.
After waiting 3 years and knowing my family members, you would not want to harass us.
Yeah, it was delayed for a variety of reasons, but
well, I just wanted to let everyone know that she was cremated. You don't just have her arm on the banister out there, and then someone else has a leg, and then you're going to put all the pieces together and bury her.
Right. We do not have random body parts of my mom laying around.
Well, she's next to his brother. See, no one wanted Fred. Kevin's one of 11. He's the baby, and
wait, is that true? 11 siblings?
They
6 brothers, 4 sisters.
They were really his uncles and aunts, but he was raised that way. It's a long story. But yes, there was 10 people above him. And Fred is his brother, and the big urn that we have on there, that's Fred. And Fred's been everywhere. Fred's been in the box. Fred's been in storage, but Fred's been living on our fireplace for about 3 years.
He's been in both of my houses, right. When we owned the house in Sac, and then now we have him
that's the one fireplace. That's the one thing I got to...
Just let it go.
That's the one thing that I got to say about my mom is that, she always threatened... because I always said, I can't wait until you get old enough to put you in a home.
Okay.
And she was all, no, I'm coming to live with you. There's no way in hell I'm going in a home. You're going to take care of me. I'm going to live with you. Well, the bitch cheated, okay? She's at home with me now on my bookshelf.
Oh, so she's cremated as well.
Yes, and she's at my house, living on a shelf rent-free.
Aw.
Like,
she's staring and watching. I did not know that.
Yeah, she's in a giant pine cone-shaped urn with a butterfly.
Maybe we can bring your mom to work day sometime. Can you just bring her and put her on the table and we could just talk about her,
That's fine, but my main thing is when she rides in the car, I don't put a seatbelt on her because she's the safest one already, okay?
she's just free.
She don't need a seatbelt.
She doesn't need a seatbelt. That's good. I'm glad that, that's what I think your mother would have wanted, is for you to grieve her beautiful moments, but also have some comedy with it, right? She doesn't want you living a sad life, and I don't think you are. I think you are having your waves and having your moments, and I'm fortunate to still have my mother alive, so I definitely don't take that for granted. Even when she lives in a small box of a world, I try to accept her for who she is, and that's kind of part of, I guess, being understanding and unconditional love and that kind of stuff. So,
well,
did you want to tell us something? Because I don't know what your hand signs mean.
It's 10 minutes. Hello.
Oh, we have 10 minutes until it's 30 minutes?
Yeah.
Wow.
So, that's correct.
Wow, that was a fast.
I know.
That's wild.
So the thing with my mom is, Kev's actually going out to, international waters where you can throw out ashes and it's okay. So for me, there's 2 places I will not name because when this happens, I don't want anyone,
protesting and
coming after me or whatever. But there are 2 places within the United States that she always wanted to go see.
Okay.
And she was not able to do that live. So I have made it my standpoint that in the next 2 years, I'm going to make it out to these 2 places and spread a little bit of her ashes.
Yeah, not
there.
all because you want to keep her.
So, well,
are you into this like tattoo your ashes? There's all these things you can do with ashes. I don't know, like plant a tree.
I'm okay.
Just keep it
I mean,
in
I
a
have
little...
enough of my mom in me already. I'm her son, so
right,
I don't need any more.
Some like vial around your neck or any of that,
No.
Did she have any gold teeth? That was my dad. They took his teeth.
No.
None of that.
No.
None of that. None of the hair. I don't know. It gets kind of wild when people have different things. Do you have any? But you have a bunch of her stuff. So you have like a sweater or a blanket of hers, right?
I have all of her concert T-shirts.
Okay.
She loved going to concerts, and I have like 30, 40 something band T-shirts from tours and stuff.
There's a place that you can make a quilt of that if you trust enough to send them away.
Yeah, but then you got to cut them up. I don't want to cut up the shirts.
Oh, okay.
I'd rather just hang on to them.
Okay.
But then, that she had, and everyone that came to the remembrance got a pair of sunglasses from her because she had over 100 different sunglasses. She had over 100 different flip-flops and 100 of those like Chinese fans because she always had hot flashes.
We didn't do our love fest during that time, and I wish that I would have been able to be there for you, but that's okay because I'm going to be there for the rest of your life, and Cory has some stuff that his mother wanted him to just bless the world with, and so I'm going to be a part of that. So I'm hoping when you advertise different things that maybe it's weird, like, oh, you're selling your mom's stuff. No, that's what she wanted to do anyways. But we are going to get that together soon, and we'll advertise that here if you want another little piece of memento. People that like collector's things, and that's going to be fun. I wish I had some of my father's stuff that he had a bunch of fishing stuff, but, I didn't have it. I wasn't as well adjusted as you are now. I was like 30 years old and very busy mom when my dad died, so I wasn't thinking about, I do have his fishing pole. But yeah, so that was your week, and nobody cut you off in the traffic, or no like highs or lows, anything.
I do want to say, I know we got to go here pretty soon, but I want to bring this up because last episode we talked. Apparently, since last 2 episodes actually, because I think I made one joke on one and one on the other. Right. Apparently, I have a porn addiction and I have a masturbation addiction.
Well, I'm glad because when we come back on the next segment, one of my topics is sex drive in males between the 30s and 40s and women 50s, 40s, and 50s.
But if you actually paid attention to what I said, they were copied jokes from a comedian. So,
but we don't. Nobody believes that. Just like if you have a million things that you did right, or let's say you did really 10 beautiful things.
Oh, they just focus on the one thing that's negative or something you said to like point out.
And that's the banner over your life, and that's bullshit. But that's the way the world is.
Just saying.
I don't think it's a bad thing to have.
Because
I think
I named
a good release
3 different websites consecutively. Apparently, all men out there, just letting you know, if you can name 3 or more porn sites, you have a porn addiction.
I only know Pornhub, and I've never even had it on an app. I did use.
You just search it on the website.
Okay, I'm always afraid it's going to crash my computer. But
but those websites are the ones that you're more safe with your computer not getting.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You go on the dark web and get your stuff, right? You
what? No, I don't do. What the hell?
You go to
now I'm gonna have more people think that.
the one person that's thinking that,
Pirate Bay.
Pirate Bay. Yeah, that's funny. So my week, it was, it's been flowing pretty good. I'm going to talk, like I said, when we come back, I'm going to dive into codependency. I have a quiz that we're going to both take live.
Oh, shit. No one told me there was going to be a test.
There's going to be a test.
I don't have my number 2 pencil. I can't take it. Sorry, teach.
And we also have, I guess we have 5 minutes left. Is that what you're telling me? Because I don't know.
You don't need to call it out every time.
Yeah,
that is, and also
just count how many fingers.
When we come back, a good friend of mine who I grew up with and I've known since pretty much high school is a drug counselor, and he is licensed. So we will be getting him on the phone to talk about drug addiction as kind of part of the mental health part of the show today.
Right. And when we also come back, I have this bag of really cool props, and Cory doesn't know it, but he's going to be hydrated today, and I got him a special facial mask, and he will be wearing it. And so it's going to feel
with the beard.
It's going to cut right above the beard, right on your eyes. See, look, see right there? That's what it's going to be.
No, see?
It's going to be nice.
That showed beard.
It's going to be nice. And we have another one that looks more like a skull, right? And
I'll just comb my beard. I'm good with that.
It's going to be a 10-minute little thing. If he doesn't want to do that, I have some moisturizing stuff. He will be moisturized in the next segment. I wanted to make sure, because he's getting a little older. He's 37 years old now, and he needs to think about those things. Did I call your age out? Are you still trying to be 25? I mean,
no.
Okay, good. And I mean,
but way to make me feel old.
Well, at least you're not 54. Oh, it was my birthday on Monday, and I'm going to talk about my birthday.
Happy birthday.
Cory's the only one that called me up and sung to me. It was really sweet. I thought, oh my God, is he going to sing the whole song? But he modified it. It was nice.
Well, because I don't want Prince coming back from the dead to sue me.
Oh, Prince did it?
Prince owns the birthday rights, I think,
right.
or the copyrights he copyrighted the damn song.
That is a controversy. So we're gonna do that, and we're gonna, I have some other little things he might want to like loof himself or something.
Wow.
I got all these different little things, and I'm gonna talk about mushrooms and not just microdosing. Actually, I would love to microdose and do a podcast sometime. I'm gonna get some.
And now we're going to be doing drugs on air.
And as a disclaimer, we're not talking about magic mushrooms. We're actually talking about the kind that you like eat in your salad and you don't trip balls on.
Well, I was getting all excited for the magic ones.
Actually,
I wanted to talk to the walls.
I actually was going to do magic ones in a podcast, and I'm going to get some from one of my people.
Crimination.
Actually, we should have gave Cory some magic mushrooms before we do the facial mask.
You're gonna like in the questionnaire.
You're gonna roofie me with magic mushrooms in my salad next time before the show.
That's right. So,
and then I'm like tripping balls, and you're like, "It's okay, folks. It's all a controlled area."
And something else is going to happen. I'm not going to tell you guys all our segments because we don't have it all synced up, and I don't want you to steal our ideas.
And they're not okay. So they are segments, but they're not necessarily going to be every week. We're going to do these, but I'm just saying.
No.
So, anyways.
But when we come back, I also want Cory to look at something because rumor has it. Okay?
That's going to be one of the things. Pay attention for it.
That's not going to be this.
Rumor has it.
It might be true or fancied or real. We're not sure, and it'll be up to you to understand or to figure that out.
Rumor has it, Shell has a $20 bill in her pocket she's going to give me. Is that right? No.
Well, it could be. It could be. We're also going to give away a T-shirt too. We have this cardboard Ringo shirt, and though this isn't live, maybe we'll do a live thing when we come back and see who the first person is. Of course, you have to fit it.
Or how about we just give out a code word, and the first person to message in the code word after this airs wins the shirt.
Okay, that's good.
Also, hopefully you are a size large.
Right.
Because
that's the only size shirt we have.
We want to give away this shirt for our friends at Cardboard Ringo, and this happens to be a size large.
If not, you can wear it as a night shirt if you're a female, just saying.
Right, just
or
cut it up
if you're a guy, it's your working on your automobile shirt, okay?
Yeah, that'll work. So that's a wrap, right? We'll be back in a couple minutes.
We'll be back in just a moment. Here's some messages from our friends at
Hellraiser Clothing.
Well, Kev, that was your cue too.
All right, we did it, and we'll be back.
No. See, you don't say nothing after right friends that. That's when he chimes in with the commercial.
You were delayed. Are you gonna edit this?
Yeah.
Don't forget to check out Encounters, the UFO Experience. It's an interactive exhibition, DJ, nightclub, and museum. Check out www.ufoexperience.com. It is located in Davis, California at 871 Russell Boulevard, Davis, California. Open from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. and later and available for private parties.
No, don't shoot.
And we're back. So just to kind of recap where we were at earlier, we are going to have a special guest. His name is Baldwin, and
Alec, he's going to jail.
oh my God, I want to talk about that. I could dedicate
Or is it my favorite
some time.
Baldwin, Steven?
He got involuntary manslaughter.
No,
won't
he's
get any
going
time.
for 2 counts.
2 counts now?
2 counts of involuntary manslaughter and the armorer for the movie. But, I mean, it hasn't got a trial yet. So
No, he'll get off.
allegedly, so he'll probably get 6 months in one of those rich prisons for famous people and, probation or something.
Right,
Parole.
it's not like he's going to get Martha
Life
Stewart
or
time.
whatever.
Martha Stewart
He's not
time
going
in
to hit
federal.
general public in any prison.
He's going to be in one of those country club resort prisons.
No, he's
home arrest.
He's going to have a home arrest with a little ankle bracelet with his wife, Valeria. No, what's her name?
Valero? Gas station?
I follow her. I can't remember her
Why?
name.
Exactly.
Because I'm interested. She has 6 children
Okay.
with him.
Since the 90s, Alec Baldwin hasn't done anything awesome.
No,
I
what
mean,
about Boss Baby? I think that's tremendous.
But you know what I do find kind of entertaining?
What?
Is that Trump actually is going to jail now.
What?
He plays Trump on Saturday Night Live all the time, remember?
Oh, there you go. Oh,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I'm like, what? That's breaking news I didn't hear. Like, what the hell? No, so, yeah, he's 2 counts of involuntary manslaughter, and then, I'm just like, okay. I mean, he should have been brought up a long time ago on these charges when it first happened.
Absolutely. But we'll get into the details of that because I'd like to really break that down because you're going to be doing a movie segment, and I think that kind of falls into a movie segment. And maybe
Celebrity. Maybe it should just be a Hollywood segment, not necessarily a movie segment.
Right, because then we could just, whether it's a movie or a Broadway show or a music, anything to do with the
AVN Awards, just saying.
From A to Z. I'd like to talk about some of the B-listers and the D-listers.
Like I said, Stephen Baldwin.
Yeah, for sure.
I was just watching Biodome today. Swear to God, before I came over here.
Really? That's you have to be high. You have to be high to watch that.
No, you don't. You just enjoy the love that is Pauly Shore, and
Pauly Shore. He's yeah.
I may have to actually add him to the celebrities I need to meet.
Really?
It's Bill Murray, which I want to petition right now since the beginning of the year real quick.
Oh.
Mr. Bill Murray, since this is a video one now and going to be posted on the YouTubes and everything. You and I have the same birthday, September 21st.
Really?
Okay. I would love to meet you more than anything in the world.
I heard he's really rude to people on the
What?
set.
No.
Yes, I heard
no.
he's
Okay.
not a nice guy. I know. I don't want to pop your bubble.
That's your allegedly, okay? Bill Murray is an amazing guy. Whatever you heard is wrong.
Rumor has
Bullshit.
it.
Okay? Ignore that. Don't listen to what she says, okay? She can go over there.
Okay.
I want to meet you. You're like my all-time number one person
Okay.
I
Since
want to meet in
Caddyshack?
Hollywood. No,
Right.
Ghostbusters.
Oh, Ghostbusters. That was the one.
So,
Okay.
but,
Smell that. You're going to be putting some of that on later.
no. What about Bob? Okay,
Oh yeah.
just saying.
You know what? I love that movie. What about Bob? That was really. I could watch that again. We should probably watch that tonight. That would be some good.
What was
commentary.
it? Stripes?
Stripes. I'd have to see it.
Stripes is actually an amazing movie.
It really is.
Hilarious.
Harold
Who
Ramis
cares
and
if he's
John
an
Candy.
asshole at the?
Oh my God, Shell, shut up.
What happened to your sergeant, sir? He got blown up, sir.
It was a child actor that said he threw him in a dumpster. That's what I heard. Like in a garbage
Okay,
can.
well,
or
you do
something.
believe everything you hear in Hollywood?
Well, maybe he deserved it.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe he did.
Maybe. Okay. That's
Anyways,
true.
Bill Murray, you are a god. I love you, and I want to meet you.
Okay, Bill.
No homo, though.
All right. Yeah, and he does golf tournaments and stuff like that too. So that's kind of cool.
Dude, he shows up at, there was a ice cream parlor, I think it was in LA, that opened up, and they did a Ghostbuster theme night or something, and Bill Murray showed up and bought people ice cream. So,
Really?
Yes. Bill Murray is an amazing person. So,
Okay.
I would love to meet you for my birthday.
All right. So now that we got that established, what we're going to do is we're going to get Baldwin on the line, and we're going to just cold call him, and just, I'm really interested in his process, because since COVID, they've changed the way people got counseling. They're not, I know you see somebody sometimes and you're like sitting on a couch and stuff, but he's had to do all these Zoom things. That's the regulations were in Washington, and I just want to talk to him about the challenges of that and some of the things that he's learned, and does he apply it in his own life, and that kind of thing. So are you able to get him on the phone?
Okay, and here we go.
Okay, let's see.
Let's see if we get him.
Yeah, we'll see. Technology. He's dialing the phone. Hopefully it all works. It worked last couple times. It was
last
really
couple
kind of
times was
exciting.
actually really nice.
Yeah.
Like, I like the whole calling thing.
Hold on, sorry.
Technical difficulties.
That's okay. So
Okay, it's just a little. You still had to recap a little bit.
I do. I have to recap because one of it's going to fall into codependency. I was in a 12-step program on and off for about 25 years, and I tapped in the first time I went to the big book is what they call it, and I was 19 years old. Actually, I was 18 years old. Oh, here we go. It's ringing.
Here we go.
Okay.
That was a weird ring.
I know.
I don't think that was ringing. There we go.
Here's the dial tone.
That was just the plug-in.
Drinking beer while I talk to the drug and alcohol counselor.
Hello?
Hello, Baldwin. This is Shell. You're live on the air? Well, not really. You're live on a podcast. How's it going? Can you
Okay.
hear us?
I can hear you. A lot of reverberation and echo in the background, but it's all right.
Okay. Is that a dog in the background?
Huh?
I thought I heard barking.
No. I'm in my office. I'm in my home office, actually. So.
Okay, great. So, I know we didn't really prep you, and that's kind of I didn't want to prep you for what we were going to talk about, because I really just kind of wanted your raw feelings and emotions. Can you just really quick, you don't have to dive into your necessary story, but where I want you to start is when you started with getting your certifications, why did you go the route you were with the particular type of counseling, and how did that fall into place?
It's all into place because I personally struggled with substance use disorder for a very, very long time. I'd say over 20, I'd say almost 25 years,
Okay.
on and off.
Okay, and so one of the things before I got you on the line, I was talking about the challenges from doing the regular traditional counseling where you got to see the person face to face in your office in a chair, or if you had a cushion couch, or when COVID happened, you had to do Zoom. How was that challenging?
Mm-hmm.
How did you had to change your structure with that? Because, you're not seeing, you can see facial, but it's different, right? Versus having him in the room and really reading that body language. Was it harder?
Yes, immensely. My boss will tell you that he's really thankful because I'm an animated kind of person.
Right.
It takes a lot more creative skills, and a lot more animation, and it takes more strength to engage, especially with 16 people in a room in a group process.
Oh, I see. I didn't know that, Baldwin. I didn't know you were in a group therapy situation. I thought you were doing one-on-one. So, wow, so you had all these little people on the screen kind of thing, and it would be like, okay, your turn to talk, and you were kind of like watching them.
Yep, absolutely. I actually do one-on-ones too. I'm required by law, because I'm an outpatient now. I'm required by law to do a one-on-one session with each one of my patients once a month.
Okay. So when you started the process of certification, let's talk about, before we get into your counseling style, you've had how many years? I mean, how long did it take to get you to the point where you are right now at your level now? I mean, when you started with tell us the people that want to, there's a lot of people that go into recovery and, I'm going to be a drug counselor, but it's not for everybody. Just because you're clean and sober doesn't mean you have the talent to be a teacher. So how did you know you had the stuff? Did a professor inspire you, or you just, tell us about that?
I will. My story is kind of strange. I ended up in a clean and sober house,
Okay.
and I noticed that I had an act for it.
Okay.
I didn't notice right away because I just figured, hanging out with clean and sober people, being part of a clean and sober community, and being part of a group process myself, I found that I had a passion for it.
Okay.
And I started asking questions after a little while. I'm like, hey, I might want to give this a try, right? So Actually, I guess you could say I threw caution to the wind, or else otherwise I kind of surrendered. I had to work and go to school at the same time. I'm still in school, as a matter of fact. I actually acquired one degree, and I'm working on my second one now.
And you're close to it, right? How close
Oh.
are you to the finish line on that?
I'm looking
Hours?
at
It's like
hopefully-
hours, right?
Oh yeah, I've got currently I've got over 6,000 hours. I've taken my national exam. I am a licensed counselor. I hold a degree in substance use disorder, and I'm working on my other degree in social sciences.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Interdisciplinary
you
studies.
said substance use disorder. So you some people don't believe that it's a disease. You're weak and you should have done better. But I feel like there's a predisposition, right? I mean, I know that you have a unique background on how you were born and the different things. But do you feel like it was already part of you before you even picked up?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I firmly believe in what they call the addiction gene.
Okay.
So one of my parents was really into alcohol, so and she was also taking certain prescription medications as well.
Okay.
So I grew up with it, and the other parent was not. So I don't think that's really where we're going with it, but
it didn't give you a good foundation. It gave you like, hey, you could have went either way with it, right? And so
yeah, absolutely.
So what have you done, before we get into your style of counseling, when you struggle, do you have a counselor because I heard that counselors have counselors, right? Because I mean, I know you're an empathic. How do you say that? Empathic?
Empath?
Yeah, empath, where you're
Empath,
taking in all this stuff, right? And you can't help but absorb it, and you kind of have to stay at surface level, but you also want to be true to being authentic with your style. So when you get overwhelmed with maybe someone's really tragic story, what do you do to release it? I know you have a spiritual, I know you believe in God, but I mean, what do you do to be better? Do you run? Do you do your martial arts? Do you have a craft or something? Do you just scream? I don't know. What do you do to release stuff?
I do a lot of things. Several of you that you just mentioned. I delve a little bit into music, definitely martial arts, meditation, connect with my higher power. But when it's really super overwhelming, we have a little process that we use. It's called debriefing.
Okay.
And what we do, that's how we do it. We debrief with a peer, okay? So, like a supervisor or peer, even regardless if it's a personal struggle or something that's really weighing heavy on you, you have to let that go. You got to talk to somebody about it. And of course, with our collective, it stays within the collective.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And so when you did that, give us one example of how you have to go there willingly, but is there a trick or a tool where they're going to you're just like, oh, I'm fine. And then they're watching your body language and you're like, you have to be humble a little bit to say, actually, I'm not fine. I'm actually kind of messed up right now. And I know I should probably have it all together because I'm this guy. It's a lot of pressure, right? Because, people are looking towards you to be okay. And you're like, sometimes you're not okay, you can wear the hat. Yeah.
We switch hats. Let's see here. And are you talking about in the group process or in a personal process?
With your personal, okay, not in the group yet. I want to talk about that in a minute. But when you're struggling, when you've taken all this information in, and maybe your professional life's good, but then your personal life's a shit show. And I'm saying that for me. I can perform really well at my job sometimes, and then in my personal life, I'm like, holy crap! As soon as I'm off work, I'm just like a mess. But you wouldn't have known 10 minutes earlier when I was on the phone with my best phone voice, and they're like, wow, you're amazing. And I'm like, I know. And then I just go back to my other life, and I'm trying to have two worlds be in a more positive realm. So how do you balance that and tell the truth to your people without feeling like they're going to judge you?
Very gingerly, because I also use a technique called open care. Well, care fronting. In other words, confronting with care, or I will level with somebody and say, "Hey, check it out." And it just happened recently. Matter of fact, sometimes it happens more often than not. I'll just go, "Hey, check it out. I'm kind of struggling with this right now, and I just want to really talk about it." And you'd be amazed. I mean, when you just release it. For some reason, you just take that breath, and it's like exhaling a breath. And next thing you know, you feel that sense of balance come back in again. Even if you're struggling at home or you're struggling in professional life, you have to have some kind of middle road, to get balance. So
Okay.
There you go.
So now take us into the group process. Do you have, what's the program that do they have to sign up for 30 days? Are they court ordered? What kind of clients do you have?
Okay, all the above. I have them all from all walks of life, basically private pay, and the one you just mentioned there. I currently work the outpatient program. That's an aftercare continuum. And how that works is they're with me for 24 sessions. That's 3 months. Yeah, 3 months. And it's only an hour and a half each session. But this is different. It's not as like intensive outpatient, which is what I would also do as well. That's a little bit more intensive. A lot of homework assignments.
Well, what's their sobriety level when they get to you? If it's outpatient, that means they've already gone through a 30-day or 60, 90-day program. Where are they at in their sobriety when they find you?
They rotate out of our inpatient program after a 28 to 35 day stay.
Okay.
Once they come to me, and that's anywhere in the state of Washington, I do it virtually, obviously. But when they come to me, they're usually recommended to my level of care through something called the ASAM criteria.
Okay.
The ASAM stands for American Society of Addiction Medicine. We have to follow that criteria based on what their recovery level is, what their history is. There's a lot involved in it. It's also based on something called the biopsychosocial assessment that they got when they came into inpatient, and what's the difference from inpatient to intensive outpatient. So they do that first. That's another 28-day program that's virtual. And then they'll reach one of my groups, which is outpatient, and they stay with me for 24 sessions or longer, depending on what the situation is. Usually legal obligation stays with me a heck of a lot longer.
Okay. And so, because they need to be at a certain level, you can't have somebody in major where you come in and then be like detoxing. They got to at least be through. But I know being in recovery many different times in my life that it's not, you need more than 30 days, but at least they have the initial edge, and they're coming from all backgrounds, whether they're addicted to heroin or to alcohol. It's not you.
Absolutely.
You don't have them like I'm dealing with the marijuana people or I'm dealing with the huffers or whatever. It's just, does anyone try to one up in your group? I remember when I was in the 12-step program and I was young, and they're like, "Oh, I drank more than you. I spilled more than you drank ever because I was a kid." And I go, "Well, at the bottom of every bottle of booze, there was a bag of dope for me." So you try to put them in check when they're comparing who has worse of a bottom.
Absolutely. That's called comparing, and that's also a bit of glorifying there. And that could be a pathway to a trigger. Right. So I'll put a cap on that real quick and redirect it and go, let's not even glorify. Was it really that great of a time?
Right. Of course, I was a bigger dope fiend than you. I've got, my arm is missing now. I'm like, okay, great. But I lost my family. So, pain is pain, so. Okay, so that's good. So tell me a couple steps for lightweight. If somebody, you're in Washington, but what would be like, step one, admitting you're addicted to alcohol or drugs and your life is unmanageable. Step two, came to believe. Step three, I know that you can go out of order with some of the steps, but one of the things that I know you can't do is you don't recommend them doing their fourth step before they've actually worked some of the others, right? Or the amends step, I just want to make amends, but they don't have the clarity on that. How do you direct people in order?
Okay, first of all, we only do up to the fifth step, but once they're with their sponsor outside, because there's only 28 days stay inpatient. Right. Once they've compiled their four-step inventory and then present their fifth step to another trusted individual, they will go into the actual face-to-face meetings or virtual meetings, and they will acquire a sponsor to complete their step work. Some sponsors, matter of fact, a lot of sponsors, what they'll do is they'll start from step one all over again. Yeah. And sometimes that's a good thing, or they'll pick it up at the fifth step. Now, making amends, that's just talking about step 9 there. Yeah. And of course, you know what that is. Only do so if it's not going to cause yourself harm or harm to others. So. Right.
And that's where I think, me being a young person, I've had different stints of sobriety. My longest one was 7 years. And, one of my sponsors back in the day, I wrote all the stuff and then she made me burn it. Do you have that philosophy of like letting it go? Because I found, and I think part of it was good and part of it wasn't, because I do recycle thoughts, and that's part of my one thing. I reread bad moments, and I'll go to pain. And so what's your philosophy in a personal level on like letting it go once you have somebody that you can trust to share it with?
We do the first step. Okay, that's usually done within about the first 11 days. They'll do their first steps, and we have a burn pit for that.
Okay.
Okay. So once they, and we have a really comprehensive first step. It's 11 pages long.
So it's like a mini 4-step. Okay. You really detail it.
Right.
Okay.
Right. I encourage people to hold on to that 4th step because that's your inventory.
Right.
That's what you should be reflecting on is your 4th step inventory. Present it and then hold on to it because that's going to be your ammunition.
You know what? I thank you for saying that because I had two different philosophies with that because you know how it goes is once we get farther away from the bottom, we start telling ourselves, well, I really wasn't that bad, and it wasn't that bad. And it's like, and there's no proof of anything anymore because it's all let go. Right. And so, but if you can reread it every once in a while, actually, I was an asshole, and I did lose these things and, so that's good that you do that. Have you ever done the one I went many years before I met Kevin? I did this little, it was more of there's all different types of therapy, right? So it was a sex therapy kind of thing. And one of the things that they had us do is we went out to this pond and they wanted us to scream. They wanted us to let out the rage, right? And we had to go to a place where we could just like cuss. Some people couldn't. They never yelled. They never said stop or whatever their problem was. And so we were able to do that from like the gut of ourselves, and it was empowering. Do you do any? I know it's virtual, but have you been in through any of those things where you got to like aggressively release the evil inside of you or anything?
That's been known to happen with myself and in the group process. Some people really get into their emotions. They just release it. I don't have a problem with that.
Okay.
And that's just getting it out of there. I mean, it's kind of like a poison. Well, actually, it's not kind of like a poison. It is a poison.
Right. What about dissertation? With the Delancey's group in San Francisco, I had a family member that went through that, and they did hardcore. Once they hit about 9 months, 6 months, it depends on where you were at, but usually around 6 months, if they had to, they shaved their head. Some of the people were losing teeth, and they took their teeth out, and they stuck them in a chair, and they had this dissertation, and everyone just kind of like broke them down and then built them back up. Are you familiar with that style of counseling?
Yeah, that's a little extreme. We don't do that.
Okay.
No, we don't do that.
These are people that came out of jail. And so then they went into Delancey Street. So maybe they needed that. But I just, I guess you have to assess what's good for that person. Some people I don't think could handle that. So,
Yep.
All right. So one of the things we're a little bit short on time. I'd like to be able to tap in with you. Today's topic that I'm going to talk about after I get off the phone with you is codependency. That's one of my, and I'm going to be doing live process for this next, I don't know how many episodes, maybe ongoing, maybe the next year. But I'm hit a bottom. I'm extremely codependent. And do you have any quick things, even though I didn't really prep you for that, for how you handle someone that's codependent? It's it's like an addiction,
Okay. Part you broke up there. I'd hate to be a bother. Can you say that again?
So as far as being codependent, there's all different types of 12-step program, Codependence Anonymous. And, what are your thoughts on branching out once you're in recovery a little bit and then you start working on some of those root problems? One of my main things right now is being somebody that's extremely codependent to my children, to my family, my mother, my sisters, my husband.
If you're talking about like codependency,
yes.
I've always found, believe it or not, the faith-based programs such as Celebrate Recovery, they actually have a program for that. Like, the ones up here do. It's pretty good.
Yeah. Have you ever been, are you codependent in some ways?
Or
have you been before? We all are,
yes,
right?
I have. Yes, you knew I was going to say that, but yes, I have been, and I struggle with it, and I have to be very careful. And I do talk to, close individuals about my codependency as well.
Okay.
And it can remember, codependency is a catch-22. It can either be a healthy codependency or an unhealthy codependency.
That's true. That's some of the stuff I'm going to bring up later. Is that it's not like it's not a bad trait in some ways, but like anything, we can do it to extent, right? To extreme levels and stuff. So
right.
So, okay, well, Baldwin, I appreciate, what you're doing. And is there anybody that's going to be graduating soon? Are you at the end of a cycle on some of your people?
Yes, it's a well, of course, it's a consistent revolving door. IOP is every 28 days. I have
Okay.
people coming in. So every day, I'd say every other day in level 2 IOP, I have somebody either coming in or graduating. And,
and what do you
yeah,
do? How do you like send them on their way? Do they ever get to actually meet you and give you a handshake or a hug, or is it just going to be forever COVID? You know, it's shitty.
We just started a new program for that. I'm glad you asked, and I do it every Friday. I meet them before they even come into my room.
Okay, good. Because
Yeah,
I feel
I
like
meet
if you're
them, we
meeting
hang
them in a
out.
box, you know, you can.
No.
Okay, good.
Nope.
Hey, Baldwin.
That's it.
Kev
Yes,
here.
sir.
I just have one quick question. Maybe you can give us a couple of minutes on this.
Sure.
Do you think the whole pandemic situation and, you know, basically people kind of being trapped in their homes and stuff like that, do you think that has kind of upped the ante on how many people have addiction?
By hundreds of percent. Isolation is a trigger. Boredom is a trigger. You're isolated. Your fear. All of these things come together and culminates it. This is why we've seen an extreme uptick in addiction and alcoholism. Even people who've never used before, they get curious. You know, they get bored, and you know, there's depression that sets in. SAD, all of it. Yeah, we've been busy since the pandemic has happened. Believe that.
Yeah, I was kind of afraid of that.
Well, no, it's true. I mean, if I had some numbers in front of me, I would actually give you statistics on that. I could do that on our next conversation if you so wish it.
Absolutely. And, you know, before we end, I just want to say, Baldwin, on a personal level that, you know, sometimes people put people on pedestals, right? We have expectations of them. We see them in a certain way. And then when they don't meet our expectations, you know, some people have emotional maturity. I don't. I tend to cut you off in such a brutal way. And I just want to say that I appreciate you being a sounding board recently. And, you know, you got the raw version of Shell, and I think you took it like a champ, and it wasn't fair. And so I just want to give you a public apology for, you know, kind of airing my shit bag and then saying fuck off, you know. And so, you know, because we can cuss on our podcast. And so I just want you to know that I appreciate you, and I appreciate your support with Talks with Shell, and I know you're watching my journey, and you know, you're just being on Distorted Reality. And, you know, my co-host Cory's right here. He hasn't really, I kind of took over the segment, but he's here. And
how's it going, sir? Nice to meet you.
Yeah. And, you know, when you come down next time to visit us, maybe May or June, when you get your break, we'd love to have you in our room. And, you know, maybe we can have some fun and talk music, and you can get my old man to do some stretches, and, you know, just have some fun with that. So stay tuned for more. You know, we really appreciate you.
I will, and I would love that. And yeah, I'll be down there in a few months.
Okay. Well, thanks for your time, and I hope that you have a blessed day, and give hugs to the ones that love you and those fur babies at home. Okay.
Yep, you betcha. Thank you.
All right. Take care.
Bye-bye.
That was cool. I'm glad you asked that question, Kevin, because it has, and it's ongoing. You know, we know that isolation is a big thing, and he's going to be somebody that we can tap in when it comes to, you know, having stats, if that's important. So, so when we come back, we're gonna, we have another caller that's gonna come in, and we're gonna switch it up because I need a break from that mental thing before I dive into some of the codependency questions. Our last segment, we'll do all our fun questions, so you have a little bit of time.
You can keep going. I don't need a test today. It's okay. Like I said, I got a blue ink. I can't do a test in blue ink. I need a black pen.
But I have our next person coming up. Pencil. We're gonna talk music. So stay tuned for that.
Okay.
Hey guys, we're back.
Hello. We're here.
Oh, man,
we're still here.
I wasn't ready for my don't mind my hair. I'm just trying to look cool.
Your cord's like wrapped around your hair.
I know, it's stupid. I'm gonna try to fix it.
Yeah, fix it real quick.
So
it's so unprofessional, Shell.
I don't care. So
the high level of professionalism that we talked about, you are not supplying it right now.
I need, you know what? This Hellraiser hat is I need a different one, okay? It's not working with my hair, okay?
Well, it is one of the few hats that we have that fit your giant dome.
Right. I do have an
You know, you could flip it like
yeah,
that.
but then you don't see the Hellraiser.
Yeah, you do. Flip it. Oh my God, they thought of everything.
Okay, what's happening?
There you
All right.
go. Now
we're
it's so much
better.
better.
So we're gonna have another caller. We're gonna switch it up before we do our survey. We're gonna end the show with a survey, and it's gonna be fun. And so I love doing impromptu
Yes, a
things with
test.
Cory.
Woohoo!
A quick test. Of course, I don't know who's grading this test. Maybe you guys can grade it. That'd be fun if you guys.
No, because listeners just like to say that I have more issues than I actually do because I say weird and fucked up shit and have no problem saying it.
Right. And Cory is going to moisturize later. I have a Rare Earth Deep Pore Daily Cleanser.
No, I'm
And
not putting that shit on my face.
I think you should take home one
You
of these
bring
others.
in a hot nurse to apply that to me, then I'll do it.
Okay.
I'll get
you a hot for teacher.
What a hot esthetician.
There you go. What about a stress check kind hands?
Stress? What does it change colors to the amount of stress I have? So like put it on my face and it turns green or red or blue.
It's just for your hands. It's just for your hands.
Oh, here,
so
put it on.
Okay, cool. So we're gonna call DJ Derek right now, and
His DJ name is DJ Grand.
you might need more. I don't even know if it's spelled. It's supposed to not stress you out.
It's
Soothing
supposed to-
hand cream for
it's
dry,
eucalyptus.
overwashed hands. The reason why, because I feel like you, with the type
The
of work
oil
you do,
and the using Dawn dish soap to get the oil off.
yeah. So I'm gonna take you home with that little sample.
You're gonna
can have
take me
that.
home with the sample.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it to you. I got all kinds of stuff. I will get a facial mask on him someday, but we'll have a hot chick to do it. So we'll work on that. Okay.
You'll get a hot chick on my face. I'm all for that.
Yes, and she'll have a facial examination for you. Okay, that'll work.
This is sounding like something we got to get Pornhub involved.
We will, and we'll have
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans. Well, you have to pay for that. That's a pay for view segment for
Okay,
sure.
let's get the caller on the line.
All right, let's call him. Are you ready? You got the number all queued
Yes,
up. Ooh.
Producer is doing his job.
All right.
As more I can say than you.
I know. I'm just here, changing my shirt every time.
Hello.
Oh, do
Wow.
wow.
How rude.
Okay.
How rude. Do not call him back.
That was
You
great.
do not hang up on us. How rude. I am highly offended.
Is he back? Okay.
You're like so chewing into the microphone.
Okay, I'll stop because that's really. I'm like.
Howdy.
Hey, how's it going, Derek? DJ
good.
Derek.
No.
DJ Grand.
Okay, DJ Grand.
Here, I'm going to write this on your thing.
Are we doing video or just audio?
Just
We're
doing
we're
audio.
just doing audio.
Yeah. No,
What, you're telling us our camera crew didn't show up to your house yet?
oh man, did you
Not
get all
yet.
like spiffied up and stuff
Right.
and
Is that
shiny?
them out there in the van?
So I'm not
Is
gonna.
it the van that's white panel van with that says flowers delivered?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It-
No, that's the CIA.
It says free ice cream on the side.
so
They're in a hearse, though. I don't know. What
Oh,
so Derek, this is my
It's a 2 for
co-host
1.
C-Core Cory, and he's from Distorted Nation Radio, and then we have Distorted Reality Podcast. That's what you're on right now, and I am not going to lead the interview on this one. We're going to have
producer Kev.
producer Kev going to ask some questions, and
Kevlar.
Kevlar, and
Yeah.
tell the truth, okay, and be as honest and transparent as you possibly can around your young.
What
handsome
flavor ice cream do you most identify with?
Actually, I like sherbet.
Sherbet,
okay.
nice. Okay,
Would that be rainbow sherbet or?
Or just plain
Sometimes.
orange sherbet?
Orange sherbet.
Oh,
yes,
okay. Like in
indeed.
the Flintstone Pops.
okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna let Kevin handle this, and also whenever you want to have Cam chime in on his wisdom and stuff like that, he can certainly be
Yes,
part of this.
Cameron is right here with me. Yes, indeed.
All right, go Kev, you got this.
Awesome. So
All right.
give us a little bit of background because I have been in a band with you, and in that
This is true.
band, you would do kind of DJ scratching and also play
Yes.
guitar, right?
Yes,
And
I did. Yes.
and our intro music here for Distorted Reality Podcast is actually you doing some scratching on there and stuff.
Wow.
So
I did not know.
so give us a little bit of your DJ background.
Okay. Well, as far as the DJ background, I started that in 1989. I was really into Jazzy Jeff at the time, and also Jam Master Jay. Those were influences for me. And from there, I just kept going at it, playing clubs, hijacking other DJ sets and house parties, and went into production with it, recording, making mixtapes. And now that we're in the new era of platforms, there's now Twitch. So I rarely do the Twitch anymore. I was doing it for a while, but there's also been bands I played in. Ryan Play being one of them. I'm not sure if you've ever heard of them.
I believe I have.
I'm also featured scratch DJ on the Superfat's second album, Lose Yourself, as well. I haven't done a mixtape in probably, 3 years. 3 years now, yeah.
So
not to say that I'm not doing things. I still play out. I am no longer doing my residency in San Francisco. I am on hiatus right now. So, and that was at Fate SF was the name of that club.
Awesome. So one of my favorite DJs from the Bay Area, besides yourself, was named DJ Pause.
I was with the guy last night, as a matter of fact.
Aha. See, I knew there was some kind of connection.
Playing at Nikki's last night. Yes, he still has a residency there. So that's once a month. Yeah.
As far as I remember, and DJ Pause was one of the first DJs that was kind of playing with a metal band, and that metal band was called Mordred. And yes, Mordred's indeed. Lead guitar player, Jim Sanguinetti, was my very first best friend in the whole world.
Yes, I'm friends with Jim as well, yeah.
So what do you think, kind of the future of like DJs would be, as far as like the Bay Area and kind of mainstream music and stuff like that? What do you think where do you think it's kind of heading, so to speak?
Well, as far as what Paz does with Mordred, that was kind of a pioneering thing for Bay Area. And that was definitely a big influence on me. That gave me a lot of insight to do what I did with Rhyme Play, knowing that this is taking place and it is possible. It sounds badass. We can make this happen. So, yeah, that was a big influence on me as far as that goes. But in mainstream music, I mean, it's very rare you do hear it, but I mean, Limp Bizkit still has a DJ. Slipknot still has a DJ in their band.
Also, Incubus. Really I know you've gone to see Incubus a couple of times.
Oh yeah, Incubus is one of my favorites as well. Yeah. It would be kind of cool to see Rage Against the Machine have a DJ in there, because sometimes the stuff that Tom Morello does, not taking anything away from Tom Morello, it could use a DJ in there, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Yeah. Live Human is actually going to be doing a show in San Francisco. They're together again. It's kind of a one-off show, I believe. It's taking place next month. Down on 24th Street in the Mission. But I mean, there you have just a stand-up bass, a drummer, and a DJ. There's no rapper in that.
Nice.
So, but as far as being more mainstream, yeah, absolutely, they should have it. I mean, because since Jam Master Jay has passed away, you don't have that, that trio that was in the front, like Run DMC was a major act, and you still had a DJ in the band. It's probably one of the last hip hop groups that had a DJ. Well, Beastie Boys, of course, Mixmaster Mike, and LL Cool J now has incorporated Z-Trip as his DJ. So they tour together and they have their show on Sirius.
And didn't me and you go to see Z-Trip at Harlow's?
We sure did. Yes,
that was amazing. The guy,
yeah,
Z-Trip is truly an amazing DJ, and I think that he probably inspired a whole different generation as far as DJing. What do you think about that?
Absolutely, he absolutely did. Him and DJP, when they came out with their Uneasy Listening album, that was kind of opened the doors right there with bringing in mashups, 70s, 80s songs, 60s songs mixed in with hip hop beats. Yeah.
So let me
Yeah,
interject
that
real
was-
quick, even though I said I wasn't
Sure.
going to. When you said you haven't done a mixtape in a while, you know, we do use your intro that you didn't know we were doing, but we actually need some fresh samples. We have multiple segments that we want to put out in the future, and we challenge you. We would love for you to be part of that. Is there any way we can encourage you
Absolutely.
and empower you to
Yes, indeed.
give us a mixtape so we can just have it ongoing, some funky stuff, and maybe come up here and record
Absolutely,
it or
yes.
send it? That would be so great for us because we
Yeah,
have
we can
big
do that,
things
yeah.
coming. Okay, we appreciate it. And maybe Cam can be on it. I don't know his influence as far as music goes, but we want to add the new with the old, right? You know, so
Absolutely. Yeah.
okay, well, great. Well, you hear to
That's-
hear that he's going to let us do it. So you can send Kevin anything that you have that we do. We can send you some
Yeah.
information about what our segment titles are, and maybe you can say this music would fit with it. How about that?
Yeah, absolutely. It's funny you say that because I was approached last night by a girl who was kind of doing like this culinary review,
Okay.
and she's looking for someone to do music for her in the background. It's like-
Okay.
where she's kind of like doing a culinary class, but also like throwing in comedy and sarcasm into the mix as well. It sounds like a pretty funky
That sounds good. So you tell her to say, yeah, no problem. But
performance
do I get
thing, yes.
food out of the
So,
deal? She's going to
I'm
feed
curious
you?
to see what she has. Yeah, she's supposed to be sending me some ideas as far as what she wants. So
Okay.
we'll see how that goes. And along with you guys, send me some ideas of, what it is you're looking for exactly.
That would be great. Now,
Yeah,
Anything is
we'll
possible.
totally
Anything is
do that.
possible. Anything is possible.
we
will totally
have a
do
nice
that.
spare room
Oh,
up
yeah.
here at
The-
the Love Shack. You can certainly come up here, spend a couple days, and do your magic. So that would
There
be
you go. Yeah.
that would be really fun. Reminisce about old times and.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so tell us a good. What's one of your? You've played a lot of different things with music. You're also a musician, not just a DJ, right? So dive into that a little bit. What are you, a guitar player? Are you a singer? What are you?
I do backup vocals.
Okay.
I do play guitar. Yes, I started that in the early '80s. Pretty much everything on that, except I don't really do country music too much or play classical. But
Could you come up
as
here and
far
do
as
an
rock and
acoustic
metal-
set? Could you come up here and play some guitar music for us? Because we're set up for that.
yeah, possibly. Yeah,
Okay.
we might be able to do something like that. Yeah, I still have the guitars here. I still have the turntables. My main instrument now is really the DJ controllers.
Okay.
That pretty much gives me the freedom to do and be creative as I want with music on the fly. It's a pretty amazing tool.
That would be awesome because we have some
Yeah.
cool cats that are coming up here soon. One of them is the band Cardboard Ringo, and we have this band that we love that is going to come up. That they're called Killed by a Dolphin, and it would just be. I could just see you in the mix of them. I could see you being inspired. Just do just coming up and doing that kind of stuff again. Cory, are you into DJs? I mean, like, what's your experience around? Have you ever been to a show that just was straight DJ?
No.
No?
And for the sanctity of everyone's like show part right now, we're not going to talk about me and
In music?
DJs.
Oh, okay.
So-
Oh, okay. He needs counseling. I guess he's going to safe
No,
space.
no, I
You've
just-
triggered a PTSD moment.
I don't want to offend or upset anyone with my comments, so I'm gonna be play nice.
Oh, I see. I get it. All right.
So Derek,
Nothing's wrong.
just out of
Yes.
curiosity, so we've pretty much known Cam most of his life, even though we haven't interacted a lot. Since we went to some of his young birthday parties. Does he have any interest in music or playing music or instruments or DJing or anything like that that's kind of been influenced by you?
He teeters with the guitar a little bit. He does plays the snare drum in his school band.
Nice.
He's really into the new rap stuff.
Right.
He does like some rock though, but he's a big Drake and Kendrick Lamar fan.
Awesome. Because I
And he
noticed
will
that.
listen to that all day long and recite all those lyrics.
Okay, so he's into the newer generation rap, not the
Absolutely, yeah.
not no Snoop Dogg or Tupac
Oh
or.
yeah, he'd be surprised what he's got on this playlist. I mean,
Okay.
he even knows about he'll listen to DJ Quick and
Little bit
MF
of
Doom.
little bit of
That's one of our
Marshall.
favorites. Yeah, Marshall Mathers. Oh yeah,
Yeah, all
absolutely. Eminem. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, I think Eminem is kind of a like a foundation for rap music and stuff, especially for kind of the younger generation, so to speak. Even though
yeah.
he's definitely one of my favorites, the guy's a lyrical genius, and that's what it narrows down to.
Derek, have you ever been in an
Probably-
opportunity to teach? Have you ever been where you've been a mentor to? I mean, not just your son, of course, but I mean, like other young people that come up and said, "How'd you get to where you're at?"
On guitar, I do, and also for DJ stuff. Yeah, I used to. I don't have anybody that I'm mentoring now
But you have
so
in the
much.
past.
Well, Cameron a little bit. Yeah, I mean, Cameron and Jeremy will come over, and
Okay.
Jeremy's more into the DJ thing than Cameron is, but Cameron's slowly getting into it.
Okay.
So we'll do like a Saturday night, and Jared will come and bring his set list with him and do his thing, and then I'll go after him. Yeah, and we'll just sit around and go back and forth on the turntables.
Well, I remember. Let's take you
Yeah,
back.
it's
I
pretty
remember on my 40th surprise birthday, and it was actually when Kevin asked me to marry him. There's this icon.
Yeah.
It's really like an iconic in our little world's picture. You were just kind of blown away. And what was the song you guys did, Kev? I mean, he was part of that. That was who came in and sang. And
That was who sang Happy Birthday, or the song that we played?
you guys played a song. Kevin rapped it, and there was other people
Yeah,
instrumental.
it was the song for My Girl. Is the name of that song.
That was called My Girl, and the music was written by Derek, Slade, and Colin, who was the bass player at the same time. And then those lyrics were written pretty much by Jay.
Okay.
And I believe, were you playing bass? No, Colin was playing bass, so you were playing guitar on that, right?
Well, originally on the song when it came out, when Jay was playing guitar and I was the DJ.
Right.
But you did the rap, and then he did the chorus.
Yeah, he would did the backup vocals in the chorus.
Had to reform it. Yeah, then I took over the guitar parts, and it was just a straight rap at that point. There was no chorus.
Have you seen
being
any of these
sung, that
people
is,
in a
yeah.
while? Have you seen Slade or Jay or the other gentleman?
I haven't seen Slade in quite a while. No Jay. No, I've not really. I haven't seen anybody.
Okay. Well, I'm
in quite
glad
a
we
while.
were. I'm
Everybody's
glad we
kinda
were
split
able to
up
stick.
some. Yeah, everybody's split up now. Yeah.
Yeah, Jay was kind of he was networking for a kind of a famous computer company that I don't really want to mention, and he was going around the world basically, and so that was kind of why he dropped out. And then Slade ended up moving out of the Sacramento area, and he moved way up into the sticks, and so I don't even see Slade on Facebook anymore, which is kind of a bummer.
Yeah, he's still there in the background.
He's there in the background. So
But he's got, he still plays drums for the band he's in. The what are they called? They still tour. The Pine Box Boys. He plays in the Pine Box Boys.
nice.
That's right. Yeah, and isn't Jack Gibson in that band, or was that the other?
That might have been another one. Yeah.
I believe. Yeah, I know he was doing a kind of a bluegrass thing with Jack Gibson
it's like
from Exodus for a while.
Yeah.
So what's the
I don't
latest
think that's the same guy.
latest show you've been to? Like you still you obviously go to small venues in San
I go.
Francisco.
Yes, constantly going to shows. Well, let's see. The last show I was at. When was that?
Or just any show that you've highlighted
Let's
lately in the
see.
last 2022.
Oh well, I mean, I go to Aftershock every year, so I see all those.
Did you go last year?
Soulfly's, I've gone every year except for the first year.
Okay.
So,
So it was
see.
different. Yeah,
the
we missed
last
last
one I
year.
think was actually we went and saw a DJ down at Ace of Spades. I took Cameron with me
Oh, really?
to go see live DJ. Yeah,
Nice. There was
Yeah.
a DJ
And then,
at Hate Street Fair. We didn't see you at Hate Street Fair this year. I wish we should have.
No, well, I'm never in the city on the weekends.
Okay.
I'm always here for
The
camera.
DJs that were at the Hate Street Fair were called the Scratch Pickles.
Yes.
And
yes.
they were amazing. I mean, they were great. It was
absolutely
three
amazing.
guys, and
That's right.
they all bounced off each other. And
They're the best.
you know, I was
Those
kind
are
of
the best.
going, wow. I mean, you know, I filmed some of it and everything, and the bass was literally blowing out my cameras, and I was like, they're doing a great job.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Well, you know,
Yeah.
we appreciate your time and your knowledge. We would love, like you said, we're throwing it out there. You
Totally.
said yes, and so we're gonna follow through, and we're gonna highlight some of our segments that we're gonna do. I mean, one of them is, we're doing a strong mental health series, and just all the topics around that, especially since COVID, and just, we have a lighthearted show, and then we have like real world problems, and that's ongoing.
Yeah.
Just, taking care of our young people in this crazy world that we live in now. And so, so we'll send you some of our fun
absolutely.
topics, and then some of our more sadder or more, darker topics, and maybe you can come up with some, intro or in between music. We would love to, and of course you would be one of our sponsors, so I know and I'm glad you said yes, because you could have said no, and so we appreciate that. And thanks for being a fan.
I'm always here to help.
Yeah, you follow us on Distorted Reality, and we are trying to do more. It's never going to be fully structured, but we are trying to zone it in to having it, just a little bit different transformation. So, so we appreciate your time. More defined, yeah. And so,
there you go.
So we thank you for your time. We're going to end our segment. I have to do a questionnaire real quick before we end our show.
But
with
we
Cory.
also want to know, where do we see where do we see your work and your goodies and
advertise,
and like what's your handle on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever it is that you do, Twitch?
Yes, Twitch. Let's see here. What is all that stuff? I don't even know if I have it on my. I think it's all on my Facebook page here.
Do you still have a MySpace? Because I hear it's coming back.
No, I do not. I totally do not have a MySpace.
I know it's
It may still exist, but I don't know.
I know it's Derek DJ Grand Taurus on Facebook, right?
It's actually his lordship. Derek
That's
DJ
right,
Grand
lordship.
Torres.
That's it.
So the deal with that is that I bought a plot of land in Ireland, so it gave me the title of being a lord.
Are you kidding me? I want to, Kevin. You need to do that. You bought a plot of land, and we need to work on that.
I might have to get with you so I could build like a tiny house on it or something.
Yeah, right. That's about all that's going to fit on there.
Wow.
Okay, so so I mean, as far as the
the
promo,
Twitch handle,
so it's
yeah.
DJ Grand on Instagram. Twitch is DJ Grand 916, and the SoundCloud is DJ_Grand_SAC, which is SAC_CA.
Awesome.
Okay.
Yes, indeed. There you can find the goodies there. So.
All right. Well, Cameron, I know you don't remember us, but we remember you. You were such an adorable little boy, and I'm sure you're growing up to be a handsome young man. And
oh my gosh,
and
he's taller than I am.
Is he? And I'm just proud that you are, that you hang out with your father. That's, sometimes it's a rare thing these days where kids are just like above their parents. And I'm glad you're learning from your elders. And so hope to meet you again. Let us know what your favorite foods are so we can accommodate you guys up here.
Oh, what's your favorite food, Cameron?
French fries.
French fries is favorite food.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll make sure we have a variety of French fries and all those dipping sauces. So, all right. Well, cool. Well, thanks for your time. And this will be up in a couple days, and we'll definitely be in touch with you for our Distorted Reality mixtape.
Yeah. If I may say something in closing, just like to acknowledge, rest in peace to Jeff Beck and David Crosby.
Okay.
Two greats just left us recently.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that was kind of
that was a lot.
That was kind of a striking blow.
Yeah, especially with Jeff Beck.
I think
yeah,
Jeff Beck
on
is
tour.
Yeah.
He was just there at Sacramento. He played with Johnny Depp at
That's
the Hard
right.
Rock.
That's what I told
Yeah,
Kev.
they
I
did
said,
the show,
I
yeah.
thought he just played somewhere. Okay.
He was just here. Yeah, he was just here. We missed him. He was in our backyard, and we missed him before he left us.
At the Hard Rock Hotel.
Yeah.
No, was he
Yeah.
at the Hard Rock Hotel?
It was, yes.
That's just right down
Around
the
the corner
street from
from
us
you?
in Wheatland. That is
Absolutely,
literally 10
yeah.
minutes from us.
And you didn't even go.
No, we're
How
losers.
rude.
Okay. So, you know what? You're more into the music than we do. So, if there's anything cool that we should go to, let's be in contact. Let's do better in 2023, okay? And connect with each other.
Absolutely.
We have your number and, we're
Yes,
on the
indeed.
social media. And give our love to your beautiful daughter. We didn't bring her up, but, she's gorgeous. And,
Actually, I'm going to be a grandpa. She's due in the beginning of June.
wow.
Oh boy, welcome to the club.
Yeah.
Oh, my
And
gosh.
it's a boy.
It's a boy? Oh my gosh. Wow. Does she have a baby shower? Just let us know so we can send gifts and stuff like that, Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay.
Show.
All right. Well, thank you.
Alrighty,
we'll
you guys.
appreciate you. We'll talk
Okay.
to you soon.
Thank you, Derek.
Goodbye, distorted reality. Alrighty.
All right. Take
Have
care.
a good evening.
Bye.
Okay.
All right. So we're
Okay.
back.
All right.
Okay. Let's
So
do this.
what now you want to do?
Okay. We're just gonna end all this stuff with some questions. All right. So
Okay, so now I got to take a test.
now you got to take a test. Let me get to the questions here. All right. Okay. All right.
As you chew into the microphone.
What's more? Okay, so these are 70 reflective questions to ask yourself. 70? I don't know.
70. We only have 4 more minutes.
No,
Well, we're gonna go.
we're gonna
we'll finish
roll
it
into
up.
this. We're gonna roll into this. Okay. Am I using my time wisely?
Yes.
I think I am some days.
Most days, yes. I mean, I'm working. There's nothing else to do.
Okay, and when I say I'm just but it's you too, right?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Okay, so hang on. What are these questions for? Did you talk about that? Did you mention
So
where did you get these questions? What predicated you to wanting to talk about this on the show?
So I started talking about codependency and mental health and, Molly's mental mindness segment. And then I just started putting in keywords. I don't want the opinion of some stranger online. I really that's why we had Baldwin earlier. And so I just went down this rabbit hole and I found this survey of 87 self-reflection questions for introspective and exercises. And so I just thought, okay, let's give that a thought, So I don't remember exactly.
So this is like questions just to ask yourself
Yeah.
to see if you're, really think about what your life and what you're doing and all that.
Yeah, just it's kind of like an exercise for meditation or whatever, just to kind of get like a journal writing, right?
Am I
So-
using my time wisely?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Am I taking anything for granted right now?
Yes.
You are? Okay. Do you want to elaborate on that, or we're just going to do yes or no?
Just thinking that I have a little bit more time than I probably actually do.
Okay. I feel like I waste time during the day. I have downtime in between my calls at work, and I could be instead of surfing some stupid political thing or on Instagram or Facebook, I could actually be doing an Excel spreadsheet or learning something better to improve myself so I can get a different job. So that's me. Am I employing a healthy perspective? I think I am in this moment.
Like,
right
what do you
now.
mean by employing? Like, you're posing more as being healthier than you think you are, or what?
I don't know.
What does that mean?
I don't know. We'd have to look up that word. We'll have to let's circle back to that. I
mean,
what does employing mean? I think it meaning like, am I actively having a healthy perspective?
I mean, like, as far as eating better and
It could
working
be just
out,
it
or
doesn't
just
I think
mentally.
I think
or-
it could be anything. Okay, we're not going to pin it down to
Okay.
as I eat licorice, drink a beer, and have some candy and a cookie. Okay, but
Okay,
I think overall, are you trying to
be healthier and be more aware of
I think
the
aware.
foods and stuff you eat, not just junk food upon junk food upon
Right.
junk food.
Exactly. And we're going to answer a couple more questions, and we're going to roll into and then come back. Okay. So am I living true to myself right now? I feel like I am. I've been just doing this podcast and the things that I've been wanting to do for the last few years, and also being not afraid to say my stuff. I feel like I am living my true to myself. What about you?
Honestly, the funny thing about that is literally I was just thinking about that because that's kind of one thing that I wanted to, with this show and, between, because you kind of, I kind of have like this, this thing about me where I'm like, really fuck everyone. Like, I really don't care. Like, if I'm pissed off about something, I'm going to say something. But at the same time, as of lately, I'm kind of more in like a Zen type thought process where it's like, what's the point of it? What's it really going to do if, whatever I say? And I just kind of want to leave it alone. But then I kind of just really want to be like, fuck you, dude. This is bullshit. So I'm kind of like, I don't know. I'm kind of like on the fence about that in my life right now. I'm kind of just, I kind of want to be more outspoken about stupid shit.
Okay.
And just call shit out and just, whatever. But at the same time, I'm kind of also like in this state of like, I really don't know. Shit, is that even worth it? Just let it go. Just move on.
So we're saying that maybe you're not living your true to yourself.
I don't know. Maybe sometimes I feel like I'm silencing myself.
We're gonna say maybe. Okay, that's the first one there. Okay. I think we can handle one more before we go to break and come back. Am I walking? Okay, I'm walking. I can't read. Am I waking up in the morning ready to take on the day?
Fuck no. I want to go back to sleep.
Oh my God. I say change my alarm.
Tylenol PM. I'm just like, give me another hour and I'm, I should be fine. Wake up, and I grab that rock star,
Is that the first thing you grab? Not even water? It's just straight liquid, like jet fuel?
Rockstar's still minimal compared to Bang.
Okay.
Bang is 300. Or C4.
So baby steps for him. Okay, drinking. But you had a sip of water.
I have had more water throughout the day.
He brought a big old bottle of water, and I was like hating on it. I wanted to throw it away. He's like, let me.
Because it was Dasani.
Yeah, you know what? I don't like Dasani. I don't know what my problem is.
It has salt in it. Oh my God. And people are like, oh, they make you drink more water because it has salt in it. It's like, actually, I think they're going for more of the fact that it's, salt creates electrolytes. So it's supposed to help, perk you up, Yeah. I don't know.
So for me, when I'm waking up I read something where it was like, don't go on social media for the first hour of the day. Just take that time to.
Like as searching through the feed or like just at least reading a message, somebody
messaged
you on Facebook.
Don't even
Messenger.
go on your phone for the first hour of the day. Get up and do some self-help and all that kind of stuff. So the next question we're going to do when we get back here. So we're going to be back in a minute and we're going to tackle maybe 75 more of these questions real quick. So we'll be back.
Okay, we'll be right back. Oh my.
We got all sweaty and hot, and I changed
my
shirt again.
This is like the fifth
classy,
wardrobe change.
Sassy and a bit smart-assy.
That pretty much describes you.
It does. Okay, so far on our little survey that we just got a couple through, there was one that Cory needs to work on, okay? And that's if he's living his true self, okay? And so here we go. Am I thinking negative thoughts before I fall asleep? I try not to, but sometimes I do. What about you?
I don't know.
It depends on the day.
Every day throughout any time, I probably have negative thoughts.
But you don't like...
And that's an open-ended question, too. Is it negative towards myself or is it negative towards everything else? Because, a lot of shit sucks.
Meaning like you hit the pillow and you just start like awfulizing about your life or, oh, so-and-so said this or,
Yeah, because I need to get the fuck out of where I'm at.
Yeah, that happens to me, too. Okay.
Well, they say if you watch TV before you go to bed... that might influence like your dreams and different things like that.
Yes.
See, I like watching something before I go to bed because it just like relaxes me more because I get lost in a story. It's like, it distracts you from whatever is going on.
Are you going to get a 6-piece ghost pepper wings when you leave
that's
here?
just a stupid pop-up. Jeez.
Okay.
I heard those ghost pepper wings aren't like super hot.
I don't eat hot stuff in the first place, so
Okay.
I would not know.
All right, let's focus. We got to get through this. Am I putting enough effort into my relationships? And that's generic all the way across the board. I think we were talking about your grandma earlier, and I think that you put into that. And, I'll answer for myself first. I think that I'm putting in
a little too much effort?
Too much effort on some people and not enough in another, and I don't know how to balance that out. So I think that
I told you from now on, certain 7. people you try to call, you call me instead, and I'll be like, no, Shell, shut the fuck up. You're not calling them.
Right. Okay, so
I got you on that.
Okay, I have some accountability partners on that, and I have another person that I a female version of my accountability for some female stuff that she's
Your
like,
Jiminy Cricket.
Yeah, I do. I have one of those. What about you? Are you putting in enough effort into relationships in general?
I think so. Okay. I've tried reaching, I've put more effort in than others in certain relationships. And if, it doesn't go anywhere, then fuck them. I'm like, I'm not going to keep putting more effort in and then it's pointless.
Okay. Am I letting matters that are out of control stress me out? Yes.
Duh.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Am I achieving the goals that I've set for myself? I want to say for me, I'm achieving about half the goals that I've put for myself.
Slowly, maybe.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to build towards my goals. I think it's been mentioned that I want to do a nonprofit.
Okay.
The radio show, the show, Hellraiser, Winland Metals and Recycling. Trying to divvy up my time and.
And still have time for your personal. Like tonight when you go home, it's just going to have Cory time. He's going to have a big bottle of lotion. I'm just kidding.
Telling you, man, everyone's going to be like, oh, he's going to go home and masturbate. That's all he ever does.
He's all, I need me time. Me and my
It's
hot,
called playing with
wings.
my selfie stick.
So what, no booty call? I mean, come on.
Oh, he has his harem, but, not tonight. He's tired.
Hey, I'm never, ladies, don't listen to that. I am never tired. Just saying.
Okay, the following 30 questions are questions you can ask yourself every day to get to know yourself better. Who am I really?
I'm Batman.
I'm Shellraiser.
See, Core, right here. Boom. I am Cory the Main Man Modena. That would be my wrestling name if I was ever a wrestler. WWE, the Main Man.
I used to say I'm a wife, I'm a mother, I'm a sister, daughter, but who am I? I'm just a person trying to struggle through life and try to have some happy moments.
We are all just specks. Like we're just here doing whatever makes us happy or try to make ourselves happy in this moment of life for as long as we have this life. Other than that, like honestly, in the grand scheme of things, I mean, there's not much that we're really, here for.
That's true. Just to reflect on whatever. Okay. What worries me most about the future?
Uncertainty.
Not having enough time, just running out of time, not having enough money. But yeah, uncertainty is a good one.
Like just no guarantees in anything. Like, there's no money, like you're saying, not enough to be able to help out people or do things you want to do or, not enough.
For me, it's forgiveness. It's like, I don't want my last words to be like, I was my big asshole moment. And then I'm just like, fuck you. And then I just drop dead, but that's not really what I meant. It was just in that moment, not having enough patience.
See, with me on that one touches a lot of home because even though I know she laughed and we had, a good moment and she knows my personality, the last thing I ever know that my mom heard coherently that I said to her is that she's gay. So yeah.
Listen,
I wish it would have been something else.
The next thing kind of ties into that. Am I holding on to something I need to let go of? Willing to let go of that one.
See, I don't know if necessarily I need to let go of it.
Maybe not, because I think it's a sweet moment, actually.
I
think there is stuff
she had
that
just
I need to
gotten
let go
a
of.
unicorn blow-up pool to sunbathe in the backyard.
Okay.
And she sent me a picture of it, and I just said, "You're gay."
That is funny. That's funny. Do I need to let something go? I think I do, and I'll discuss that in another episode, but I'm not going to talk about it right now. If not now, this kind of leads into this, okay? Am I holding on to something I need to let go of? ? If not now, then when? Later, okay? Later.
Whenever you're ready to. And if you're never ready to let go of it, that's your burden, your problem to deal with. I mean, there's a lot of things that I've been told I need to let go of or let things not have that thought process, but hence the reason I'm doing therapy is that's not going to happen. There's a lot of things in my life that a lot has to do with my mom passing and my grandfather and the loss in my life, that with that whole situation, I'm never going to not see it in a certain way. And everyone
Right.
says I shouldn't see it that way, but that's not the case. That's not what's going to happen.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. What matters most in my life? I think
This show.
this show, my children, my
No,
family.
no, fuck all that. This show is the only thing that matters in life.
What most massive? I think
Just kidding.
for me, what matters most in my life is just being self-honest.
Be you.
Being self-honest and being myself and not being a lie. I lived a lie for so many years where I lived for what I thought you wanted me to be or he wanted me to be. And I never, it's not that I didn't even know what I wanted, you know? And so that matters to me, is to be checking with Shelly, checking with the little girl inside me. I just hold her hand and we go swinging sometimes, you know, at the playground and stuff.
Like, honestly, I don't know. It goes back to that whole, I don't know if you ever saw City Slickers
I
2
have.
and City
No.
Slickers 1, you know, where he's like, the one thing that, you know, the what's the meaning of life? That one thing.
Right.
To me, I think it's whatever's most important to you and what you want to get out of life is that's the most important thing. And it changes per person. You know, there is no one answer of the meaning of life. It's just whatever's most important to you and what you want to get out of it.
Okay. And these are questions, again, to remind you, if you're following along, that we're supposed to ask ourselves every day. I don't know if I have enough time to ask myself every single question every day, but,
Maybe
you know,
a Cliff Notes question.
yeah,
version.
Cliff Note. What am I doing about the things that matter most in my life? What am I doing about it?
Nothing.
Nothing. I'm just aware of it. you know?
Trying to. Well, I know what I need to do. I just don't have time to do it.
Why do I matter?
Because the show couldn't be distorted reality without the reality part. So
True.
you do matter
True. But why do I matter? I think I matter
because you're a badass and amazing person.
Yeah,
and
why do
happy
you
birthday.
matter? I think that why do we matter because I think we all get, everybody in society, everybody gives something. We all are part of this unique, like 8 degrees a level of situation. Like I'm a better person than I met you. I think, you know, I'm a better person than I met my husband, Kevin. You know, that's just name 2 in the room. You know, I'm a better person.
I think we matter because we all touch, regardless if it's in a, we realize it or not, we all touch on other people's lives.
Yeah.
And at some point or another, you're going to make someone's life better at some point. Or, I mean, unless you're just a horrible person, then you
Right.
make people's lives suck and then you're just a dick. But, you know, I think more often than not, people don't realize like how much of an impact they have on the people around them and the closest people to them, that, yeah, they don't see that it matters, but it actually does. And it speaks in volumes just because that one time you listened to your friend complain about something that meant the world to them. And,
Right.
and that's what makes you matter, because you did that for someone else.
Okay. Have I done anything lately that's worth remembering? For me, besides being codependent, I'm also actually being a better listener to my kids. There's a couple of my kids where I'm actively practicing and being accountable for my behavior. And I'm trying to be a better wife. That's why when we finish this podcast tonight, we're going to just Netflix and chill. You know, we're going to just laugh
That
the
means
way
they're going to have sex, folks.
in the front room on the pull-out.
And we are not sponsored by Netflix.
No, but have
Or
you...
Trojan condoms.
Have you? Luckily, we don't need those.
Extra stretch and warmth sensation.
Sensitive. Have I done anything? Okay, for you, have you done anything lately worth remembering?
Fred Geely Toy Drive.
Oh, yeah.
Can I use that as a
Yes, absolutely.
As a selfish,
that's a huge
non-selfish plug?
You did big things, and we still haven't put that.
I mean, I
footage
had
out,
a lot
but-
of help, and I
Of
like to
course.
thank everyone that was a part of that.
But you could have just gave up and said, I'm not going to do this anymore. You know, it's part of your passion mission statement. You know,
Well,
it's part
7
of
years
you.
running,
Yeah.
and getting ready to gear up for the Bag of Life, the next run.
Yeah, we're going to be gearing up for a lot of stuff like that. I have somebody that we're going to be helping out. Not just I want to sponsor myself one man, and then I already got the man that I want to help benefit. So you choose the woman, okay? And we're going to go all out for that person, because I don't want to just give it to charity. I want to actively see
You want to
somebody's life.
choose one person who?
Yeah, like a sponsored person. I already have the person, and it's close to my heart. We're not going to name it because we don't want to call somebody out, But I already have out there a few things, like the basic stuff. This person lives on the streets, okay, and he's been homeless for a couple years, and I don't know if I can bring him back into a home, but I could try to, at least for this season, make his outside world a little bit more comfortable. And so you can choose however you want to help that. So, okay, so next question. Have I made someone smile today? I think I have. I think that I made my husband smile earlier because I said I acknowledged that I was going to be kinder to him today. So I'll count that.
For the record, this meant focus at the microphone.
Okay, right.
Not necessarily you had to move on, but just focus your talking points.
Absolutely.
We're right here. You can see me in the TV. You don't need to look at me personally across.
Hi.
This is why we got you the monitor.
I know. It's a big enough TV,
and
too.
you still got to look over to your left.
So tell me, have you made someone smile today besides myself? I mean, before you got here?
Yes.
Okay.
At least in text message, right? That's what LOL means?
Yeah, right? That's good. I'm glad.
So,
what have I given up on?
Cocaine!
Yeah.
Smoking cannabis.
I've given up on so many. That's a loaded question. I'm going to have to go back to number 12. I'm not sure if I've given up on
Can I give up on
anything.
meth even though I've never done meth?
Yes, because you never know when you can pick it up, any day,
Drugs. I don't do drugs.
When did I last push
Which you'll know when I take that drug test, apparently.
We're going to take a drug test in a couple weeks because, I want to make sure.
Like, you're going to do the big fancy one that's like $25 at like Rite Aid or whatever, right?
No,
that
I'm going to the dollar store one where
and
it's $10 one.
For the dollar store, they have the Dollar Tree has a dollar one.
You can get them for $1.
They do have the dollar ones.
They do, and they have the cannabis one. But yeah, we can go the full blown one. That would be cool. Hair follicles and everything.
Well, I don't know about that. I don't know if it's hair follicle.
Listen, all you're gonna find in me is maybe a Tylenol PM or something. Or a Motrin. Okay, next question. When did I last push the boundaries of my comfort zone?
When you woke up in the morning.
I'm pushing the boundaries right now.
Yeah,
this
me
is being
too.
recorded. We're I do radio. Like, you guys interjected the whole video aspect of everything.
Yeah.
Even though I want to do more video stuff, but I clearly have a face for radio. But, here we are.
Here we are. I think for me, the boundaries of my comfort zone, yesterday when I was at my job, I kind of pushed the boundaries, and I finished this last week. I finished up some things that I didn't want to do. I was mandated to do this sexual harassment. It's state law to take these sexual harassment classes. And I put it off, and I kept for 6 months, and they kept writing me you're holding up the whole team. And I'm like, okay. And so I did it, and I didn't like it, and it's more than sexual harassment. It's harassment for all beings, and I'm just not into the pronouns. And so I did it. And so I have to, I guess, respect everyone.
Does it teach you how to sexually harass people?
It does.
Because it says sexually harassment training. So I'm just wondering. I took it too. I had to take it.
Right. It's mandated.
And they train you how to do it, and then they tell you not to do the things you learned.
You're a business owner. I feel like you should mandate yourself. Do you want me to get you the course? Because I have it in my email
No, because
still.
our business is still new, so we don't have a HR department yet. So now we can get away with all the butt slapping and
I'm calling Gavin.
Nipple twisting, and we could do these things to our employees and friends that we work with, and none of us can complain because there's no human resource department yet.
Okay, we'll work on that. Okay, if I had
there is no sexual harassment if you can't bring it up to the higher people.
That's true. If I had to instill one piece of advice in a newborn baby, what advice would I give? Don't grow up.
You should have wrapped the umbilical cord around your neck and end it inside.
Call it a wrap? Oh, that's so hardcore.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
But
no, newborn baby, start saving money. Always brush your teeth.
Yeah.
And if she says she's on a pill, don't trust her. Always wrap it up.
That's for a newborn baby. Okay, we'll get that. Okay, what small act of kindness was I once shown that I will never forget? Wow, that. I'd have to really think about that. An act of kindness. I think that.
Does it have to be me, or I can say one that I've?
You can, yeah.
A buddy, my coworker, recently in the last couple months went out to dinner, and a table to his left or whatever paid for his dinner with his wife, and then so they paid for the dinner that was to their right.
Did they scan them out and see if they were big fatties and see if their bill was big?
No.
Okay. Man, that could be expensive.
Well, because they planned on spending $100 and something at this restaurant, and they took it, and then so they were like, you know what? Well, we're gonna pay for those people's dinner, or at least put this amount on their bill. Hopefully it covers it.
I've done that back in the day. That's some program stuff. I did that with like paying the bridge tolls behind you and stuff like that. But I'll tell you a story real quick. I did that. And the person that was coming into the Bay Bridge and they followed me. And I'm like, holy shit. I mean, I'm driving all over and they're following me and all they wanted to do is wave and say thank you. But I thought, I paid the wrong psycho. I'm going to die now, okay?
So you had them following over for like 20 minutes. And you could have just slowed down and they could have just waved him on the way. Now they're 15 minutes out of their way, going the wrong direction.
It was bad. This was a long time. I want to say this was probably like 1989, 90. Yeah, it was a long time ago.
Oh, the good old days.
The good old days when I was young.
4.
Yeah. How will I live knowing I will die? That's hard. Yeah, you just
don't
have
think
to.
about it. Just
don't think about it. Just go. Just
go.
live your life each day.
Just keep running.
It's pretty easy because you're only guaranteed 2 things in life.
Taxes and death.
That's correct.
But thing is that, again, I want to remind you, these are questions we're supposed to ask ourselves every day. That's pretty heavy. How will I live knowing I'm going to die?
Like, yeah, maybe in 30 years or at least 10 for me.
My question is, how would I remember 72 questions to ask myself every day?
You have this list by your
You
bed.
got a cheat sheet, bro.
Okay. What do I need to change about myself?
I need to work out more. I'm going to trim up my beard. That's happening. I'm done with it. Santa's over with. I'm getting rid of the scruff and the fluff.
Okay. I need to change the fact that I'm jealous of people and I judge you. And
You don't need to be jealous, Shell. You're a rock star.
Okay.
Stop it.
Thank you. I judge
You're a
myself
show
on
raiser.
people. Thank you.
You need to stop. You're
I
your
know.
own entity. Stop fucking basing whatever on someone else.
Okay.
Stop being jealous. The people need to be jealous of you.
Okay, cool.
You're the one on the show.
All right. Haters gonna hate. Is it more important to love or be loved? To love. For me.
No.
To be loved. Be loved. It's better to be loved.
You say it's better for you to love people, but ultimately that's a lie to yourself. You need to feel loved. Like I've said before on this show, upon the 6 things you need in life is you need to feel loved. If you don't feel loved, you can love as many people as you want, but if you don't feel that coming back towards you, then you are not going to have the right mental set because you're going to feel depressed. You're going to feel alone. You're going to feel just, not in the right mindset.
What about the theory that if you don't love yourself, you can't really love other people?
Right, but I do need to feel loved, so that's true.
Yeah, I mean, that's good to a point, but I think it's more a part of human nature to actually feel like you are loved because that's, a lot. Look at everyone who goes through depression and wanting to commit suicide. And, they feel like they're not loved. They feel like there's something, holding them here when, they won't necessarily maybe want to do it as much or something, like, I don't know. I think you need to feel loved overall so that way, it just helps you with your human nature.
Okay. All right, fair enough. How many of my friends, your friends, would I trust with my life? I had to think. I got that ahead of time, and I'd say
7 of them.
Yeah, I'm going to say 7 as well. And part of them are family members, and part of it, there's a couple that are actually non-blood related friends. And I do trust you with my life.
I trust you with my life. I'm letting you know right now.
You're on my list.
You two are, in this room, and if something were to happen and we had to, swing across the rope that you were holding over an open volcano, like I would trust you with my life.
I'm not that strong, but I will try. I'll try to hold on to the rope.
I'm just saying, like something, whatever.
Shell, you dropped the rope. I told you trusted me. But yeah, absolutely. If the zombies come, I'm going to share my rice with you.
That's what I'm yelling as I fall into the volcano. I trusted you.
We have to do that exercise where you catch me when I fall back and you just drop me. Okay. Who has had the greatest impact on my life, on your life? I would say
mother and grandfather.
Yeah, I would say my mom has impacted my life, and
then if we had to go outside of that, I'd probably go with Kevin Smith and Bam Margera and Jason David Frank.
Wow.
For me, it's my grandmother. Done deal.
Okay. Who has had the great? Okay, I already did that. Would I break the law to save a loved one? Absolutely. I will kill you. Yeah.
I don't care what you think. If it's saving someone that I love, then fuck it. I'll kill as many people as I need to.
You know, like when COVID was happening and people were dying alone in the hospital, you know what? I would have been arrested. You know, I'm going upstairs. I mean, maybe I wouldn't have been able to make it through the doors, but I was going to try, you know? And so absolutely. Would I steal to feed a starving child? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Duh.
All day long. Duh. What do I want most in life? Peace. For myself, inner peace. Because I'm a tormented child.
That's tough. Lots of money.
You want money?
I'm just kidding.
I would go with world peace.
Fuck the world. I want peace for myself.
If the world doesn't have peace, how would you have peace?
Whatever. Tree hugger. Okay.
I have never hugged a tree except once when I was about 19 and LSD was involved.
Okay.
Was that really hugging or was it more humping?
It was hugging, but it was also a deep-rooted conversation about life.
Was it because the tree was deep rooted?
The tree was deep-rooted and I was not.
All right, let's get through these. We have a few more and we're short on time. Okay. Did you answer that? You don't know yet.
What? What was the main thing?
What do I want most in my life?
I want to be able to help people. Like I want.
We're going to go over on this segment a little bit.
You know, I want to do more with my life and the fact that, you know, the show goes further and we get to a point where we're, you know, bigger in the community and helping out.
Okay. What is life asking of me?
Way too damn much.
Way too much. I mean, I just want a nap.
Be patient, be courteous, be nice. And it's like, there's a lot of these assholes out here that don't deserve that.
Nope, they don't. Last night, I think I acted out, but that's another topic. Okay. Oop. Which is worse, failing or never trying?
Never trying.
Never trying. Jinx. Okay. If I try to fail and succeed, what have I done? If I try...
Sabotaged yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
You stopped yourself from reaching the potential that you more likely
it's called
had the
shooting
ability
yourself
to.
in the foot. Yeah. Mm-hmm. What's the one thing I'd like others to remember about me at the end of my life?
My big penis.
What's the one thing I want you to remember? That, you know, that I was just, that, you know, I tried my best and that I'm just, you know, I'm just a metalhead. I'm just Shell from, you know, Martinez. And I just lived one life and I was true to myself. Does it really matter what others think about me? Yes, it does, sadly.
For the record, I lied. I have a tiny penis. It's really small.
But you know what? Little penises need love too. So don't worry. There's always a unit for that.
It's 3 inches of terror. It's like a Wolverine, small but fierce.
To what degree have I actually controlled the course of my life? I've made many. I'm on my third life right now, and meeting Kevin has impacted my life. And
Okay, could you read the question one more time?
To what degree have I actually controlled the
100%.
course of my life?
Everyone, you are 100% responsible for
Yeah.
100% of every decision and every choice you make in life. Because regardless if shit happens to you outside of your control, at that point, it's on to you to react or respond. And the way you choose to react or respond is still your decision in that matter. So 100%, no matter what, you are responsible for what happens in your life.
Okay, last question, because we're going to do some more, and we're just going to ongoing. There's so many more questions, but this is the last question. When all is said and done, what will I have said more than I have done?
When all is said and done, what will I have?
It's like Dr. Seuss question.
What will I have said more than I have done?
Yeah. That I keep trying.
Wrestled a great white shark. I say that more than I've actually done it, and I want to do it. I want to fight a great white.
A great white, or you want to swim the dolphins with your tiny penis?
No, I want to fight a great white.
Are you envy of the dolphin?
Why? Because he's going to, instead of killed by a dolphin, I'm going to get raped by a dolphin.
What about you, Kev? You answer this question, okay, and we're going to end it up.
For me, I think it would be, you know, what my theory is that you're never really free until you don't give a shit what people think about you. So that would be mine.
Okay. All right. Well, we're going to continue this on next time we get together.
Well, put a pin in what number and whatever.
Yeah, well,
write
it's
it
starting
down
over.
So that way you know.
I am. It's the following 30 prompts or questions are great ways to put in your journal to use, and then it has some big old word. Okay, this is from something. Whatever.
So these aren't necessarily all 70 of the same topics.
No,
Okay,
but
so we're good.
It's introspection of self-reflection, and we're just going to continue on. This is going to be a little segment where we just do
Say
questions.
that 10 times fast.
Yeah, and so it's been a really cool day. We had some talk. I didn't get into the codependency too much because I'm gonna, I'm a work in progress. When Cory leaves tonight, I'm gonna go for my walk because I haven't posted in my 30 days, and
she carries a 45, everybody. So if you try to, come up here and sneak attack her while she's...
I actually don't. I have a little flashlight. No, these hands here, I will kill you. Okay. I am so ready.
She's trained in Muay Thai.
Right. I will scare you. I'll tell you a sad story. But it's been a great little moment here with you, Cory, and cheers to our gummy bears and
these are Sour Patch watermelon pieces.
They were so good. So till next time, you don't want to have a little jingle of till next time, but thanks for spending your afternoon. Hopefully you guys take us on a road trip and listen to us. So, all right.
Or just in the shower.
Yeah. So see you next week.